All right, welcome to Daily Decodes 81-2. I appreciate the new subscribers that I've been allowed. At least bumping the number up a little bit. I'm thankful whoever is responsible for that. The Wizard of Oz and the Ruby Red Slippers going up for auction. That video hit nice overnight, and I'm not doing this for money or views. It is nice, though, that maybe people are seeing these breakdowns, right? And I have another one here, and of course, it's a trending story. I wanted to hit it before week 10 tomorrow. All right, so let me open up to presenter view here. Okay, so Jayden Daniels breakout season. You may have got a little special behind the scenes glimpse there at the next slide. Jayden Daniels breakout season with Washington is no surprise to those who knew him before the NFL. I thought it was interesting that he played for LSU, um, but he played for ASU before that in college, and I just thought it was interesting that look at the Washington Commanders football team. Look at they have the same colors as ASU right there, and that's very interesting. I don't know if you want to call it like a yellowish and like a maroon or whatever, but look at the colors there, right? He lands and he's doing very well for the Commanders in the NFL. And you see right here with ASU, look at those colors. Like, what would be the odds of that? And there's more. Okay, look at Kliff Kingsbury. This is his current head coach in Washington. It's interesting that he was also the head coach in Arizona, right? For the Arizona Cardinals. He lands in Washington, and you get the Arizona connection, right? ASU Sun Devils, Jayden Daniels, Arizona Cardinals, Kliff Kingsbury. Again, what are the odds? Commanders, Cardinals, you get C, and you get C. Okay, Kingsbury interviewed for multiple jobs around the NFL after coaching Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech, Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals, and then as an advisor with Caleb Williams at Southern California. The chance to work with Daniels, who was drafted a few months after he was hired in Washington, and the Commanders made too much sense. And think about Mahomes, how now he's on the Commander in Chiefs, right? The Kansas City Chiefs. Think about it, Commander in Chiefs, right? Oh, what do you think about this? So Washington D.C. um, is actually what the Commanders are representing in the NFL, right? And we also have the state of Washington, which is another thing, right? Washington D.C., the capital of the United States. But don't you think it's interesting that the state of Washington, look, became the 42nd state of the United States of America, November 11th, 1889? I mean, commanders equals 42. And you're talking about the District of Columbia, right? Washington, D.C. commanders, right? That's interesting, huh? Commanders 42 in the reduction cipher, but Washington the state is the 42nd, and Arizona equals 42 in reverse reduction. What's up with that? And you even get 105 with Commanders, just like Arizona. And you see the 4 base ciphers being utilized there, don't you? Okay. And in numerology, gematria, Hebrew gematria, you see the spelling difference. Plural is the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase by reading it as a number, or sometimes by using an alphanumerical cipher. All right, I use these 4 base ciphers forwards with the English language, which is ordinal. You see the alphabet right there? Okay? Which Z would be 26 going forwards. That's self-explanatory. Reverse, Z would be 1, A would be 26. And you see reduction here? You reduce at the 10th letter, which forwards is J. Okay? 1 plus 0 is 1. K is the 11th letter. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you see how that works? And then in reverse reduction, it's the same. Just Q would be the 10th letter, okay? So, do I need to fix that on? Let me fix that on the fly real quick so we can see that December. Boom, just like that, okay? Not your average decoder over here, right? All right, so now you see, oh man, let me fix this as well. Excuse if you hear, I'm enjoying the outdoors. Excuse me if you can hear some dogs barking over there. But very nice out here in Arizona. Okay, so here, look. There, it's kind of fixed. Look at this pattern of numbers here. We'll start. He went to Louisiana State University as well. Okay, after ASU, right? And I think that's probably where he shined a little bit more. But look at Louisiana State University equals 103, like his first name, Jayden. And I want you to see how politics equals 103, because look at, he has the 5 on the jersey. We just had the selection on the 5th day of November, okay? So look at politics 103, BS equals 103 as well, which definitely syncs up with politics, but for sure, Louisiana State University 103, like Jayden right there. Okay, and if you look over here on the right, LSU Tigers equals 130. He lands on Washington, right? The DC Commanders. Washington equals 130, like LSU Tigers, and that's the same ordinal cipher. And Jayden equals 31. Donald equals 31 as well. Daniels D, Donald D, presidential selection, right? Football quarterback equals 313. And his birthday, December 18th, look at that. This upcoming birthday leaves 13 days in the year. Okay, and you see LSU Tigers also equals 113, like politics. Jayden 59, like LSU Tigers. All right, and LSU Tigers, look at in reduction straight down over here on the right. 40. United States 40. Politics 40. And something else equals 40. It is USA equals 40. And US equals 40 as well, which it doesn't appear that I have those in there. And you see the United States 40. All right. What else? We already got that. Jayden 59, like LSU Tigers. Okay. And check out, we have week 10 tomorrow. We'll look at that. But look, quarterback equals 72. And the Commanders, a 7-2 start to the season. Right there. It says that's okay. The rest of the sport has plenty to say about Daniels taking the league by storm. Okay? Leading the Washington Commanders to their first 7-2 start since 1996, and becoming not only the favorite to be the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, but putting himself firmly in the MVP conversation. Okay, and again, quarterback 72. Look at, they scored 27 points against the Giants in week 9. And look at how the Giants are 2-7. And again, the Commanders are 7-2. Look, they won by 5 points. And Daniels again wears the 5 on the jersey. Look at, the game was on November 3rd, 1-1-3. Again, LSU Tigers 1-1-3. Politics 1-1-3. And all of these others, you see, all of the other 13s that you see within these numbers. Okay? And I mean, with them, a +5 wins the losses, and then a +5 in that game, and then the 5 on the jersey, and quarterback equals 72, 7-2 start. Really? All right. So, okay, so they have 7 victories, right? You see, and we'll see if they pick up 8 tomorrow. They're 8th. Well, look, the biggest blip for Daniels came when he injured his ribs, getting tackled and landing awkwardly at the end of a long run. He left that game a 40-7 rout of Carolina, right? So, you get the 7, and think about just 40 plus 7. Trump equals 47. DC equals 47. White House, president, and government all equal 47. And I feel like I want to show you the DC and the Trump for sure. Look, DC. And look how DC equals 7 in ordinal, and 7, it's already reduced in reduction. And didn't it say 1111, the state of Washington was founded? Is that what we saw earlier? And this is DC. How amazing. It speaks for itself. Look at DC 47 right there, and how that matches even with the 40 plus 7 right there. Come on. Okay? Daniels, even with sore ribs, has thrown for 535 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran 16 times for 80 yards. LSU equals 7. Are you kidding me? LSU equals 7 like DC. Okay? So you see that theme with the 7. And United States equals 77 like 7. Okay? And look at this. What are, again, y'all let me know in the comments, what do you think the odds are? That is one of his first 163 completions. Look at this, 163 completions on 228 attempts. Okay? A success rate of 71.5. Look at how close that is. You could round that up to 72, can't you? That is an amazing percentage. 71.5. You can round it to 72. Again, quarterback 72 in the code. And the 7-2 start. Okay? Wow. Ranks among the best quarterbacks in the NFL of any experience. He has thrown for 9 touchdowns, run for 4 more, and has just 2 interceptions. Jayden Daniels equals 228. 228 attempts? Wow, right? That's amazing. And rounding that up to 72, not out of the question. How does Jayden Daniels, Z is 1, A is 26. Let me just show you, even though I have it already done there, let me show you over here. And think about Jayden. A lot of Jay-Z energy out there, right? Okay? Jayden, think about even Den, like Don. Look at, and again, you see Jayden equals 23 and 31 like Donald. 23 and 31, okay? But back to Jayden And Den, like Don. Daniels, you get the D like Donald, right? Ooh, that's kind of similar now that I think of it. But look, there's the 228. Okay, and 228 pass attempts. The Associated Press gives us this trending story on the character, and well deserved. Okay, but 228 pass attempts, and his name equals 228. In reverse, look at Jayden Daniels 123 in ordinal, just like Kamala equals 123. Okay, and if you want to go one step further, Kamala has the 39 and 42, just like Arizona. Okay, and you see how this cycles back to the Arizona connection. And where is ASU located? Tempe, Arizona. Kamala Harris in the DNC building, very trending right now in Tempe because it got shot up 3 times. I covered it. I covered the story. Okay. And Trump visiting Tempe, Arizona, what, like a week and a half ago or something? So again, ASU located in Tempe, Arizona. I have an Arizona State University breakdown, a full breakdown on my Math 2Con channel. There's a lot of videos over there, but you can look at the playlist. It's under like colleges and universities, something like that. And the link for Math 2Con, you'll see it right here somewhere by this video that you're watching. So back over here, because, I want this to be like pretty simple to understand, okay? So it's obvious that these letters and numbers, there's something going on here, right? Okay. Inheriting the pressure of being Washington's face of the franchise for an organization decades removed from its glory days did not seem to get to Daniels, whose teammates have said has had the same approach since the first day of offseason workouts through throwing a Hail Mary touchdown pass to Noah Brown in Week 8 to beat Chicago. Look at Noah Brown, okay? Look at his birthday, 1/6, January 6th. And they feature him in the article here. Well, a side character, they bring him up right here. They speak of the Hail Mary. Look, 1/6 on the birthday. 1/6 was the insurrection date. They want to say, right? The assault on the United States Capitol. Think about it. The Washington, D.C. commanders, Washington W, White House W, Trump wall W. Okay? He's got the insurrection date birthday. What are the odds? And we just had the selection as I speak right now 4 days ago. Okay? And notice his name Brown. And I want to hit you something real quick. I remember Washington. Look at this Super Bowl they were in right here. Washington versus Denver Super Bowl. I remember this growing up. Okay, and look, the last day of January in 88, Trump equals 88. And I don't want to go too deep on this because all of this is going to connect. And that's not even why I came over here. But I want to show you the score, 42-10. Look at that right there. And remember, Arizona equals 42. Okay, so even going back to that Super Bowl, it looks like it was 22. Super Bowl 22, look, 42, and Arizona equals 42. So you see these connections. And that was against the Broncos. Even if you add up that score, you get 52. President, government, and White House equal 52, okay? And they had a black quarterback as well, Doug Williams, who won that Super Bowl, and that was a big deal, okay? So you see that connection here. And let's go back over here on the slides. And you see Commanders 42, but it's DC, right? And the 42nd state, which is Washington State, all right, and you see Arizona 42. So absolutely undeniable. As I go forward, I want to try to not go too long on this, but these are undeniable. So with this Brown connection, they bring him up in the article, Noah, and there's probably something with Noah if you look up that name in the Bible and all of that. But look at the name Brown. We're getting a lot of this with the selection: white, black, divide, brown, Cleveland Browns stories. Jim Brown, his daughter, in support of Trump now. Okay, it all begins with the language. Look, Noah Brown, and who did the Arizona Cardinals just sign? Baron Browning. And I covered that story. It's on A to Z Decodes, local Arizona Decodes. You can find that channel. Also, right here, you should see the links somewhere attached to this video. Okay, so what are the odds? And Barron is Trump's son's name. I think it just has a double R. So look, Browning with the Arizona Cardinals signing this character. And then the Arizona connection here with Noah Brown with the Commanders and Jayden Daniels connected to ASU. And here's the Cleveland Browns trending story. They trade Zadarius Smith to the Lions. All right, needing help after Aiden Hutchinson injury. And I think there was another Cleveland story. Here's the Jim Brown trending right now. His daughter endorses Trump. Again, Jim Brown, Cleveland Browns. Okay, this all begins again with Noah Brown here. Jim Donovan, Cleveland Browns play-by-play announcer. He passes. Donovan like Donald. And remember, Daniels, another D. Okay, and this guy is probably connected to Donovan McNabb, like McDonald's. Do you get it? You get it, right? And McDonald's trending with Donald Trump recently. Okay, but my point being, the Brown, again, this is like presidential race, racial divide stuff. Okay, it's patterns and history repeating. We get the racial stories right around the selection. And Bronny James, born in Ohio, him and his father LeBron. So like LeBron, Bronny, Cleveland, Brown, Jim Brown. So you see that pattern. Okay, he's been trending as well. Okay. And again, right here, Washington, D.C. serves as the capital of the United States with limited autonomy, while Washington State is a fully fledged state with its own government and representation in Congress. But you see the connection with the 42 that we hit on with Commanders in Arizona, right? It's amazing. It really is. Numbers really put a stamp on these breakdowns. Okay. And Washington equals 49 in the reduction cipher, just like Kamala Harris. And you see an ordinal 149. You see the 49ers on the jacket. The 49ers are in the same division as the Arizona Cardinals. And Kamala, the 49th vice president. Okay? It's amazing right there. Picks up the loss. I mean, we still have till January. A lot can happen till January. Let's see if we get another big story with Kamala and maybe Joe Biden. We'll see. So that's the breakdown right there, y'all. Okay. And it had to be as long as it was. Um, I do want to show you. Let's look up the LSU thing with Jayden Daniels right here. So, where did Jayden Daniels play college football? Okay, so look right here. Oh, look, he played 3 seasons for ASU and 2 with the LSU Tigers. Okay? Winning the 2023 Heisman Trophy with the latter LSU, right? So he popped with LSU. Not a lot of players are going to pop with ASU, okay? And you know what's amazing? New Orleans is where the upcoming Super Bowl is. Louisiana, LSU. Okay, that's amazing. I just caught that on the fly. And New Orleans, there is a connection with Arizona there. I don't want to go deep on it and lose anybody watching. But that could be another story. It's not necessary that we really hit on that at the moment. But okay, so that explains that. Do they let us know why he transferred? Why did Jayden Daniels transfer to LSU? Okay, here we go. Google doesn't speak to me.
According to Sportskeeda, according to Daniels, he took the decision for his career and so that he could reach his untapped potential. I always enjoyed my time at Arizona State. Love Coach Herm and those guys over there. But just for
Herm
my career,
Edwards.
my future, I decided to go somewhere else just so I can reach that untapped potential.
Well, he couldn't have explained it any better, but we know that numbers are running the world. Okay? It's very obvious that numbers, what? Sometimes you go to a waiting office, they make you pull the number. Or it's like, oh, now serving A3, come to window 5. Right? You're born, you get a number. Okay? I went to prison. I had a burglary charge back in the day. They gave me a number, right? They divided us into races. Okay, we are divided like that because they lump us into categories, which is easy to keep track of us. All right? Okay, so that's all the numbers I entered. That's everything I entered right there. Look, Louisiana equals 142. You get the 42 in there. All right, so I appreciate everybody. If this video has, and look at this guy Jim Donovan, kind of looks like Donald Trump. Okay, in a way, doesn't he? So I thank you everybody if you view this. I appreciate it because I'm doing this for the right reasons. Okay? I'm doing this for the right reasons. I'm not perfect. I'm not a big fan of the deceivers who put the truth out there like this, who are put in a place to deceive us. Deceiving us actually brought them to where they are because people who run the world like that. I don't want to promote followers. Look at how they do that. Instagram, YouTube, subscriptions. Oh, I like this. That's how they keep track. But anyways, that's another motivation that the deceivers who put this out, I do want to make them look bad. And that's not why I do it though, because originally you got to learn somewhere, right? So what happened where I would branch off from the people like that because they're deceivers. And what happens eventually when you catch on to the deception? What happens? They start drama and they divide, okay? Because they have been discovered, right? And then the new people come along and they deceive a whole group of new people. Those those are characters. Do you understand? It's laughable. Look at the 1889 with just the Washington State information here, not DC with the Commanders, but Washington State with this connection. Right? Look, 1889 right there. Remember in 1989, you get the 89 100 years later. Gerald Ford gave the speech. If there was to be a female president, this is how it will happen. In the Herbert Hoover Library, and it kind of referred to maybe what could have happened with Kamala and Biden, maybe Biden passing and Kamala becoming the first U.S. president. Anyways, that was in 1989, so you get that 89, and that was in the Herbert Hoover Library. He died the same day Kamala Harris was born. A lot of us know that, but if you didn't, I wanted to make sure I stated that. Okay, so thank you for tuning into this breakdown. There's always more, as I said. I appreciate everybody. We'll see what happens tomorrow, week 10. Oh, I do need to show you this though. So here's week 10 tomorrow. Let me click and let's look at the Commanders real quick. Okay, so the Steelers will play the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Commanders tomorrow. And remember, Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania. And in Pennsylvania is where Donald Trump and the first assassination attempt took place. And Philadelphia, also in Pennsylvania, the first capital of the United States of America. Okay? So you see that connection, don't you? And all of the history with Pennsylvania, again, a lot of connections with Donald Trump, right? And a lot of connections, obviously, with this presidential selection. Okay, y'all, so I'm not perfect. Again, maybe I misspoke on something. Well, ooh, look at Reagan retires up here on the right, like Ronald Reagan, but this is like an abbreviated nickname or whatever. I think that's the breakdancer that, remember the Paris Olympics, Paris like Harris, okay, like Kamala, but I think that was the breakdancer, and that's just the nickname they gave Reagan retires, again like Ronald Reagan, former president. So Jayden Daniels' breakout season with Washington is no surprise, especially to me knowing this code. But no surprise to those who knew him before the NFL. Again, I appreciate y'all. You're watching this on Daily Decodes 81.2. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. It's very hard to find this channel, right? So subscribe if you would like. And if you want to check out the other channels, you're more than welcome. You see the links. Any questions, drop a comment. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.